2, 1.
Tom, I've had more help in preparing this interview than I've ever had on just about anything. I'm frankly sick of hearing Tom Selleck questions. I mean,
me too.
I've had producers tell me, now be sure to ask him about this. All right, let's get these out of the way.
All right.
You were voted recently this romantic thing, or what was this?
I don't know.
It was something like the most romantic man of the universe or something like that. In some
I'm
big
glad I
publication.
finally won the ultimate award about the universe.
Well, you certainly are, and now that we've asked.
I don't know. I don't know what, I'm not sure. I know I won some romance thing recently, and it's real flattering, but I try not to list them, and, you know, I don't write them, I don't put them in stone.
You don't put them on your wall or anything like that?
No, because then you start seeing that, I got some awards, and you can kind of see a string of awards, like on Magnum, there was a whole series of People's Choice Awards I got as the favorite male television performer, which was really nice, but then Bill Cosby came on, and I didn't get those anymore. So if you take them real seriously, they become indictments as opposed to wonderful things.
Over the years, I've seen your picture in grocery stores more than I had the little girl in the Morton salt box.
I never heard that analogy, though.
I mean, you're there all the time.
Yeah.
And there's prunes, Thomas Selleck, you know, I mean, it's, you're there a lot.
It pours and shakes.
But you don't like those magazines necessarily, do you?
Tabloids? I don't like them at all. I think they're irresponsible.
But aren't they good for entertainers to some degree because they keep your face in front of the public, and it's kind of a good and bad thing?
No.
You think they're mostly
I think
bad?
we could do without the tabloids, because I think the tabloids, first of all, they branch out way beyond the entertainment industry. And it's not harmless because, you know, freedom of the press carries with it a responsibility, and people who are irresponsible risk what I think is one of the most important free institutions in our society. I won't get too serious with it, but they should behave themselves.
But they've made your father mad, they've made you mad over the years. And
well, I think you know, I don't know who made the rules, but I got my own set of rules, and I try and live by them. And when people lie about you, I don't think that's right, whether you happen to be in the public eye or not. So I've tried to draw the line, and we'll continue to do it, because I feel a lot better when I'm doing something about it. I mean, a lot of people give you advice saying, well, that goes with the territory and you should just accept it. Well, I don't think those same people would accept the advice of, if rape's inevitable, lie back and enjoy it. And I think that's kind of what it is.
How's the baby?
But I don't feel strongly about it at all.
I know you have opinions on that subject. How's the baby?
The baby's just great. She's a month old and about 22.5 inches long and all sorts of things.
It's a little early, but is it like being a TV or a movie dad? Is that brought that home to you?
No, I don't think it's like that at all. I mean, movies are always kind of heightened reality, and it's just better. It's certainly a lot more real. You get a little less sleep, but it's just better. I mean, it's I'm thrilled to just sit with her and stare at her and try and get a smile out of her. She's just learning to smile. She's about a month old. So.
In researching you, your parents did quite a job on you. They did a great job.
They did a real number.
They did a real good job on you, and you were a good kid coming up. You know, and I hope I can raise my daughters as well as your parents raised you.
Well,
you ever look at your little baby there and say, "Oh boy, I wonder if I'm going to be a good dad or not," and get a little scared?
Yeah, I think that's the first thing a kid will do to you, is you realize the responsibility, and I really think raising kids is really ultimately teaching them how to do completely without you. And to be on their own, and to accept responsibility for their place on the earth. So that's a big responsibility for a parent. It's a lot tougher than keeping the strings on.
Is it true your father gave you a gold watch when you were 21 because you didn't drink, cuss, or smoke?
He gave me a watch, which was a family tradition, and the watch was if we didn't drink, smoke, or swear till we were 21. I probably misstepped a couple of times.
Of course.
I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I probably got mad a few times.
I can imagine.
But I think it wasn't a material thing. It was, I think it was more my parents saying, and it was traditional. I just gave my son a watch. He was 21. And I think it's a way of saying, look, you've been a good kid. I'm proud of the man you are becoming. And it was a real positive thing. It had nothing to do really with the watch, except in a symbolic way.
As an actor, you do so many things well that I'm really
you.
a favorite for. But one thing I like that you do more than just about anything is physical comedy. I think you pull that off so well. I mean, in this movie, you're shot in the behind with an arrow. You end up, and we'll show a scene here where you end up on the hood of a truck
Yeah.
Is that fun to do, or is it really pretty hard?
Well, it's tedious and it's scary because, you know, if you walk around shot with an arrow and the hopes are it's funny and there's no other actor to talk to, so you're just kind of out there reacting to being shot for, in that particular scene, that went on for about 1.5 minutes. It's hard to have the confidence to know an audience is going to be entertained. Plus you have to pay, in this kind of picture, you have to play the pain for real. So you're playing this real pain, hoping it's funny. What did I think? It's kind of an analogy to the old Warner Brothers cartoons where
it was
they
very
blew
similar
the
to that, right?
fur off everybody.
Roadrunner, yeah. Roadrunner's always getting squished and coming back for more.
But it's got to be, there's got to be a sense of reality to it.
Do you have any long-term plans? I mean, I'm sure that in many ways you've exceeded more than you ever thought you would. Maybe as an actor,
Yeah.
having such unusual, no one can plan for a Magnum. It just kind of happens. But do you have any long-term goals as far as your film work or as your acting work or just as anything?
I'd just like to work and be known. I'd rather be known as an actor than a star. I mean, that's to me the ultimate compliment. If somebody gives you that title and truly means it, especially your peers. And I'd just like to keep working and have people want me to work, which is more important. You know, it's possible to do a series like Magnum and make a lot of money and come out of it, and it's very hard to get a job, and I've been real lucky in that respect. So I hope it continues because I like this business a lot.
How do you say no to another year of Magnum each time? I mean, how did you end up saying
Well, I didn't do
finally
very
no?
well. I had a 7-year contract.
But how do you finally just say, that's it?
Well, I think I knew that first of all, the fatigue of doing something like that. I mean, I could have done that character forever. Most people say they were bored with the character. I wasn't. He kept kind of growing and changing, but I just was physically to the point where I thought my work was suffering. And I knew for most of that series my personal life was suffering, and that's more important. I mean, I think I should be planning my work around my family. And it may have been a good sacrifice to make by most people's standards, but I was planning my family life around my work during Magnum, and it was time to get those priorities straight.
Congratulations on your alibi and the new baby and all that, and the tie.
Yeah.
That is a most unusual tie, Tom. Can we get a shot of the tie, and we're going to go away here
couple of pheasants, you know,
I don't know where that came from, Tom, but okay.
It's a real winner, isn't it?
Thank you.